known Grace, we just tracked it that we've officially known each other for 10 years.
Yeah.
So we met. We both attended a gap year discipleship program at a place called Hume Lake.
Name drop.
We met at a discipleship program called the Joshua Wilderness Institute, and a program you can't
More
date
name dropping
for the year, and in a program you can't talk one-on-one with a girl for a year.
Well, I've heard this about this program, and I've known a lot of people who've gone in this program, met their future wife or husband, and came out and dated them. So, I mean, I love that.
It worked.
Trust the process.
There you
go.
Right now, a discipleship program with the rule of no dating has a better success rate than The Bachelor.
That's right.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tell us about it, though. You guys were in this program. You clearly caught each other's eye, but you weren't allowed to,
I'll kind of kick it to Grace here, because when you say caught each other's eye, it was indeed the opposite for Grace.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Really? Grace, first impressions of Matt.
So first off, I'm like little baby 19. Matt was 19.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just kids.
Just little kids.
But we the first day of the program, I walk in and there's 56 students, and it's halfway, like half girls, half guys, and they're all we're all between 18 and 24 years old. So it's just like,
whoa,
yeah. I mean, we could have our own reality TV show.
I know.
This is the reality TV show.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So we walk in, and I'm like unpacking and moving in our stuff. I'm walking with my mom. And we're going up a flight of stairs, and Matt's going down the stairs with his mom. And I'd already been there for like an hour. And I see him, we like make eye contact, and I look at my mom and I go, I'm so glad there's no cute guys here.
Boom, roasted.
Oh my gosh.
I just was not attracted
way.
to Matt at all, And
Super cute start.
yeah, so really romantic start.
I could only go up from there.
Yeah.
It's true.
Can I
He's
just
fighting
say-
the good fight up there.
Yeah. And we didn't really talk like at all with that many people in the program for like the first month and a half. And then we got sat next to each other. We were actually taking a personality test. And we got sat next to each other. And after the personality test, you had to switch your papers. So it was like, oh, switch with the person next to you. And we're like going to go
And
over
look at
your
their
results.
results.
Yeah. So this test, it would test exactly where you were in that moment. So, like, where were you on, like, the depression to happiness scale?
Whoa.
Where were you on, like, the welcoming to aggression scale? It was, like, on a sliding scale.
Yeah, hostility to aggression or whatever.
Yeah. And
Hostile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we look at these papers, and they're like, okay, just discuss, like, let's just discuss with your partner. And I look at Matt's, and he's, like, 99% depressed.
98.
98. 98. Yeah. And he was like, sad boy.
Sad boy.
Sad boy. And I was like
98% hostile.
Yeah. I did not want to make a friend.
Okay.
Sad boy and lava girl.
All right.
So we were in really
That's
healthy.
Disney's next movie.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Wow.
Disney's shaking.
Yes.
Produced by Chris Harrison.
We were
Go ahead.
in really open, loving places in our lives. And I look at Matt and I'm like, why are you so depressed? Like, and he was like, well, why are you so hostile? And so we had like this ongoing, like, so from then on we had like this inside joke. We look at each other and we're like, oh, depressed boy. He's like, oh,
It
hostile
was
boy.
really funny.
Oh, wow.
It
Yeah.
sounds super funny.
Oh, so,
And that was the
Yikes.
moment where we
Yikes.
fell in
Yikes.
love.
Yeah. And we were like, just like friends.
Yeah, it kind of became like our joke that kind of bonded us.
Yeah.
Solidified a
starts.
friendship.
Wow.
Yeah, solidified our friendship. And then we, like a group of us, ended up going to, Matt's from Ventura, California. So we like ended up at the beach together, a big group of us. And on that trip, I was like, all right, like, he's my friend. Like,
Sure.
we're at a good, like, friendship spot. And
For me, it was, I really like this girl.
Game
so
on.
In her mind, I just become a friend. In my mind, I'm like, she's going to be my wife.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how long was the program again?
Well, a year.
Okay.
So September
But
to the following.
But 9 months
August.
of, like, those rules of, like, you can't date and you can't.
So it was a really slow burn. It was
Yeah.
like
The ultimate long
met
game.
each other, and it's kind of interesting. The interesting part for me is like you got to experience like these intimate parts of each other, like really getting into the headspace and like seeing where each other at before you even really even know each other, like know those conventional parts of each other.
1,000%. Yeah, it like we also went through some just like gnarly personal stuff that year, like within our own families, but seeing each other like deal with it and process it without like having intimacy of a relationship. Yeah. So it'd be like him dealing with something with his guy friends and me watching from afar, and me dealing with something with my girlfriends and him watching me from afar. Yeah. But seeing each other every day.
We really did see each other at our best and our worst from afar. Yeah. Like, and it's not like she had to be up in my business, or I didn't need to be up in hers. It was just observing each other. But also our focus in that year, we both didn't want our focus to be on each other. That's not why we were there.
Yeah. Yeah. So we like built a solid friendship for sure. But Matt like made it pretty clear without saying it that he had.
Well, it was really funny because you can't have one-on-one conversations in Joshua, and so people in our class were like talking like Matt and Grace dig each other like a garden, like this is gonna be a problem. And so like Grace pulls me into this conversation with her roommate Zoe, and we're in like this room in the Joshua building, and Grace and Zoe are talking to me because we can't be even, so we need an odd number.
Even meaning. Yeah.
One-on-one. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Grace looks at me and goes, all right, there's people talking that we like each other. You and I both know that's not true. We just like, you don't like me. I don't like you. Like, we just need to be aware of it. And I did like Grace, but I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. No, this is not a problem.
Same. Let's show them.
Totally same. I'm not going to go in my shower and cry. No, we're good.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
But it was like so funny. And then February came around and our class did a missions trip to the Dominican Republic where Grace served in a microfinance site, which is really cool. They like take women in the community and give them loans, and that enables them to establish a business to provide for their families. And then I was in a site with preschool students, and Grace came to visit the site and watch me play with preschoolers.
I didn't go there to watch
it. And sinkers.
Because we clearly know it was a little bit one-sided in the beginning.
Yeah.
What was the moment that you were like...
That was it?
Because me and my fiance had a similar situation where I was very sure before she was.
Yeah.
And then it like took her like a couple of months, and it was finally like clicked. So what was that moment for you guys?
Yeah, so we're in the Dominican. So at this point, we've been friends for like 7 months. And we're in the Dominican, and I literally, like, part of my role that I was in was to go to the preschool he was at. And so I'm watching him, like, work with the kids. It's just so cliche. But I was just like, yeah, I like it. Like, all of a sudden, it was just everything kind of clicked, where it was like, oh, he's my, like, we vibe. Like, he's, like, one of my best friends now, I feel like, in this program. And now he's, like, I'm, like, watching him serve in, like, a really tangible way. Yeah. And it was...
Working with kids, man.
That's it.
That's all it takes.
That's really what it's... And honestly, and like from there, that's like where the switch flipped. And then I allowed myself to like think through what that would actually look like.
Yeah.
But didn't say anything to anybody for a long, long time, because I've always been like the girl who was like the bro, like best friends with the guys, and like didn't really date. And if I did date, it was like this... like a private thing. Like I didn't really tell anybody. I had like a best guy friend in high school. So I wasn't like used to that. So it was interesting to like process through that as it happened. And then the program ended in May.
The rules ended
in May.
So we could date going into the summer.
Yeah.
So I want to know, like, in the Joshua T experience, how many people in your class, like, started dating each other out when those rules got lifted?
There was
54 out of 56 kids.
And 2 other couples, both of which broke up during the summer.
I mean, the day that the rules got lifted, though, it's fascinating and comical.
It's a
human
experiment.
It's a human experiment. So literally, we're in this big meeting. The rules get lifted. Everyone goes, and it's like twos. Like everyone's just going off to have their conversations.
I imagine there's a lot of friendships that happen between boys and girls, and it's just like kind of hard to like, not necessarily romantic. So they're probably like, oh, I can finally like talk to you.
Oh yeah, well yeah. My first one-on-one conversation with the dude was my friend Jimmy, and we literally just walked and talked because we were just friends.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't like anything romantic.
Dang.
Yeah, and so it was really funny. And then Matt and I were like almost so terrified of it that we didn't speak to each other for like a week. So literally those rules got lifted and we went like in separate directions.
You were worried that like the magic would be gone because now
it was like also there was like this. I didn't want to be the guy who the day the rules get lifted or like punk rock,
hit her up,
go for the girl. You know, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna play this cool.
Yeah.
Make sure my
is that Grace? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right.
Cool. I didn't notice.
Be like the good Christian kid, like, okay, gotta make sure my heart's right and like we're good. And
love it.
Yeah.
It's crazy because Cara didn't talk to me one-on-one up until recently, I think.
There were no rules. I mean, I proposed and then all of a sudden we had a one-on-one conversation.
And then we finally were like, she's like, are you sure about this whole thing?
Yeah.
How long have you guys been married?
It'll be 6 years in April.
This April.
Wow. 6 years.
Wow. Yeah.